It's
How
it's
you doing?
on. It should be working.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's a wonderful, wonderful day, and this is Thursday. It's the 7th of April in the year 2022. And it's such a
Amen.
blessing, and such a blessing and a privilege to be able to come to you this with Cleester. And then Eula, of course, she's taking care of the children at the school. And so it's just a blessing that I'm here with my sister. I am so thankful, thankful, thankful for what God has allowed us and what He's allowed us to be with each other on these formats. And so we say Facebook is supposed to be working properly, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And so you can join us on either one of those, whichever works best for you. Join us on that one. And so I am going, trying to, trying to get our subject on the banner, but I might not be able to. But it's up there what we're talking about. So let me go back. Dear God, as we sit before you to speak, we pray to you that our souls you will keep. And if we should die before we finish, we pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. So I have, amen. So, Clea, I have the message just up there. Uh, what am I? Let me see if I can hear you. What have
Amen.
I? Oh,
Hello.
there you are. Okay,
Yes,
there
I
you
am.
are.
I am
I
here.
have where we can see messages coming in. And today you're talking about
Yes, I am. I am talking about. I just forgot what it was.
the the
uh,
difference.
the difference between settling and compromising.
All right. And you know what, Reedy? God never ever fails to let all of these come together because mine is talking about undercutting, backstabbing, backbiting, undermining, and then it frenemies. And so
Ooh,
yours is what is the difference between settling for it or compromising?
or
I mean, it
compromise.
all works.
Oh,
Works together
it always turn out like that.
always, and that's why we know that God has sanctioned this program and sanctioned our webcast, and I am just so thankful for it. It's when so whoever's there with us, thank you so much for being with us. And I'm not seeing anybody yet, but that's okay too. But I want to. Mine is, I mean,
I don't even see us on Facebook though.
okay, are we on? We are on.
It said we're live, but I don't
Oh,
see us on Facebook.
I don't understand what's going on with this. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pull this down and let's see. Let me see. I don't understand it, but they know now. If we
That
are,
they can go in a different format.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, to go on there. So I don't understand what's going on with the Facebook thing. I don't understand it, huh? Let me go back. Cause you can still see me if I go back, right?
Go
Can you
back.
see?
I don't. I see
Do you,
you.
okay, okay. I don't want to leave the site, but I want to go back. I want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. So I'll have to
Last
go to.
thing I say is 13 hours ago. You said good on, good on, good
But
on.
it was on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but let me see. But anyway, we're not going to waste any time on it because people can see us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch. So I hope that there are no uh, he's something got his attention over there. But today I am talking about all of these things, and people might wonder why did she how did she come up with these things? Life, and I always want God to guide me in the way that I should go, because I don't ever want to be putting anything on here. Nothing. It's not out of myself. I don't think of these things. These things come to my mind, and then I go and research them, and I thank God for that. And so talking about backbiters, backstabbers, underminers, what is it, cutthroats, and all those people. And the reason that it comes to mind is because this is the day and the time where there is a scripture in the Bible that said that tells us in the last days, evil men will wax worse and worse. They'll be lovers of themselves. They'll be doing all kinds of different things. They don't love anybody but themselves, and they'll do whatever they can to be focused on themselves and get the best for themselves. So that day is coming now. And so there are people who have experienced these things, frenemies, backbiters, and all that. And so many times, and I'm guilty of it, we've given people chance after chance after chance. And we know what they've been doing to us. I'm trying to even this hair out. We know what's been going on. We know what they've been doing. And we still try to give them a chance to at least, we say, well, maybe, we give them a benefit of a doubt. Uh-uh. Just doesn't work out. And sometimes we keep trying to our detriment. Okay. So
Yep.
these are things that we need to know about. And I'm going to paste this, copy this, and put it on just in case they're not seeing us on Facebook, which let me
We're
see.
not seeing I's not seeing us on Facebook.
Okay. I see the older one.
I see the older ones too.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to go to the home here, but I'm going to keep on talking. But what I was trying to do is copy and paste this so that people can see it
Mm-hmm.
and know what to do here on Facebook. So
Know
anyway,
where us is.
where we are. So I don't know because I still have on here. It tells me the Facebook is up, but I don't understand it. So anyway, we won't worry about it. We won't worry about it because anyway, YouTube comes in very clear, and people can put YouTube on their TV
Ain't
and
that the truth?
watches and watches on the TV. So
I'm
I
it,
just thank God for that. Let me see. Let me go ahead and share it and put this up here right quick, and then they'll be able to come on with us.
my head is hard because I'm still trying to find us on Facebook.
I don't understand it.
My head is hard. Yeah, I'm still looking on
No,
Facebook.
your head's not hard. It's just
Thinking they ought to come on now. Quit playing with us, Facebook. Quit playing.
right, right.
So guess what, Facebook? I know how to go to YouTube too.
That's right.
You ain't
That's
showing
right.
me nothing.
That's right. So my message just went up, but other than that, I don't see anything else. Don't understand what's going on, but we're going on.
Yep,
Okay, I'm going to
message is
talk.
good.
So I'm going to talk about the frenemy and cutthroat.
Frenemies.
Yes, yes. And so I think we've talked about this, and Clea and I we can't remember which one of us talked about it. We talked about this a long time ago, but there's always an extended and expanded
Yeah,
coverage of this because I mean
yes.
one session won't get it, and I might have to do this in 2 or 3 parts today. But and undercut is what came to my mind, and then after undercut, there's so many other things started coming to my mind, like undercut, cutthroat, and all that. So what does it mean to undercut? To weaken, damage, or cause the failure of something, undermine. And he's talking about how different businesses and it used the one of the businesses that's not a legitimate. Well, it's legitimate, but they don't make it legal everywhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
they undermine people. What they do is they undercut and they do cheaper, may have cheaper versions or sell less, then there's Jennifer on, you see a message
Yeah,
up
I
there?
see. I
Hi
see it.
Jennifer. Hi
Hey,
Jennifer.
Jenny Pooh, Diane.
Yes.
Hey,
And so
Laterica.
hi Laterica. Okay, so to weaken, damage, or cause the failure of something, to undermine. And it said talk about the drug cartels, they can undercut their smaller rivals. They can sell it, they have more product, so they can sell it cheaper than the
Mm-hmm.
smaller businesses. So use that. What is cutthroat? Cut as a noun, cutthroat is a murderer who slits the throats of his victims. As an adjective, it's a cutthroat is involving the cutting of throats. That means that people, when they start cutting your throat, like, I mean, you know what, how graphic and how evil it is and how It is how, what is it? The real effects of somebody cutting your throat, you will not survive that most of the time
That's
if they
right.
cut deep enough. And so in life, there are people who don't literally take a knife or something and slit your throat physically, but they do so much damage till they try to ruin your reputation and do irreparable damage to you and your reputation. So
Amen.
that's a cutthroat. What does it mean to undermine? Undermine, undermining, undermines. Okay, so it's a transitive verb. It means to subvert or weaken insidiously or secretly. Secretly. Okay? It's to
Mm-hmm.
weaken or ruin by degrees, a little bit at a time. A
Right.
little bit at a time. And then to wash away supporting material from under. To wash away supporting and to excavate the earth beneath. You know how they go under and excavate the earth under the top. Sometimes it caves in.
Right.
Sometimes it caves
So
in.
yes, yes, it does.
Yes, ma'am. And so people, what they're doing, they're working underhanded to destroy you. And so many people have done that. And so many people have been naive to the fact. And then some people have been so forgiving and so easy going to they don't get these people out of their lives. But it means
Mm-hmm.
to weaken, to enfeeble, debilitate, undermine, cripple, disable. I mean, they're after you when they undermine you. And so a sample of undermining is she tried to undermine my authority by complaining about me to my boss. Have you ever had that to happen to you? Somebody, you're on a job and then somebody goes to your boss or somebody that has some authority and complains about you and you don't even know what's going on. Next thing you know, here they come talking to you about something you have no idea of what they're talking about. People when they're cutthroats, undermine you and all of that, these people are after you. And I think
Yes, they
about
are.
in relationships and talking about this undermining and what is this let me see, what is it I said about those people when they go under you, they'll do anything to get uh, under you and to get the business. And have you ever had, and this came to my mind too,
Oh,
and
they can get the business. They can get the business. They can get the business. Come on, they can get the business.
in relationships, like that's why I say don't tell all you know, but know what to tell.
Every time.
Because there are some women, some men talk about their relationships to their so-called friends, and they really might be a frenemy.
There you go.
And they say, "Well, man, uh, she want me to do this, she want me to do that, and I won't do this. I'm not going to do that," depending on whatever it is. And
Mm-hmm.
then some women, yeah, he want me to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And these people are listening.
Yep.
And these people will cut your throat. They will undermine you and whatever you're saying. I don't want to do this for him or her. They're coming behind you and going to do for him and her behind your
Yes.
back what him and her wants. And sometimes these people cannot resist.
Yep. Yep.
And
Like
next thing you know,
Mama always said, what you won't do, somebody else
somebody
will.
else will. That's right. And so, hey, and then to see, Clee, that's going to come in with your compromising.
Yep.
Oh, this is good today.
We have
Oh, this
serious
is
games afoot.
Oh my goodness. What did Jennifer say? Seriously, Mama, what she mean by that?
That's what I said. What? Uh, so my middle name? Did I call your middle name? I'm sorry, Jennifer Diane. I am so sorry.
She don't be like me, Jennifer. You have a beautiful middle name, and I'm thankful for mine too, because my mom and daddy chose to give it to me. But I
Ooh,
changed mine to Marie.
she sure did. Yes, I ain't gonna never forget it. She sure did took my name.
And then as I got older and wiser, I brought it back to May.
Because I was confused.
Okay. Now, talking about undermining to weaken or ruin by degrees. People will take, if a person is conniving, they will take their time and undermine you slit your throat, backbite, and all of that. They'll take their time and do that. So
That
we have to be
that happened to
very,
me and Laterica at work. That's just what
uh-huh.
Jeff saying. That happened to me and Laterica at work. This new supervisor said we left without telling her, but we didn't even know she was a supervisor. So we came into work.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. See there, that stuff happens. So now, Jennifer, you know, and then you could probably think of some
Yeah.
more things that have
Yeah.
happened in your life
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. A cutthroat, a murderer who slits the throats of the victims, an scrupulous, ruthless, and unethical person.
Yeah.
That's terrible. You have to watch those people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, backstab, the verb to attack someone, especially verbally, unfairly, in a deceitful, underhand, or treacherous manner, especially when they're not present in the place or situation that it happened, as if stabbing them in the back, as if stabbing them in the back.
They smile
Okay,
in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabber.
backstab. That's right. They'll do it. And then what's that? Smiling faces, smiling faces.
Sometimes
Sometimes they
they
don't tell
won't
the
tell the
truth.
truth.
Smiling faces tell
Tell
lies. And
lies.
I've got proof. I'm telling
Oh
you, your
yeah.
enemy
Hey,
can't do you no harm because you know where
hey.
they're coming from.
That's
Don't
right.
let the smile and the, what is it?
Well, don't
The
let
pat
the
on the back.
uh,
uh,
don't let
Don't let
handshake, the handshake and the smile fool you.
fool you.
Take my
Take my
advice. I'm
advice.
only
I'm
trying
on
to school you.
only trying to school you. We're only
Yes,
trying to school you today, everybody.
that's what we
We know
try to do.
people.
School you.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So here's the health, and this is where I got this from, this that I'm going to read now, from the health and psychology consultancy.wordpress.com. And this was written about 9 years ago, but it's up to date today. The backstabber personality. And this person said, I've been doing a personality column for the natural health. So they do this for natural health. But what is a backstabber? Backstabbers will say the nicest things about you in your presence,
In your face.
only to turn around and tell others what a good for nothing, hopeless waste of space you are. My God. They feel insecure emotionally, vulnerable, and angry with themselves and the world. So they make up stories about others or exaggerate
Mhm.
minor mistakes and weaknesses of people. They like to stir up conflict and drama and enjoy seeing people going at each other's throats. Often these people leave us astounded and confused when we realize what they are up to due to their stealth and subtlety. I mean, like they're just doing it like so subtle, and they're taking their time to see how,
Mhm.
and it works, and it works.
Yeah.
Underhanded, undermining.
Yeah. Cause
Unfortunately,
Jim say our boss comes up to us and says she called human resource wanting us to get wrote up. So I can call and so I got called to the side and
mhm,
very professionally told her that was unnecessary. And Laterica said, and she was smiling in our faces after that.
after that, that's
There
right.
you go. There it is.
And you still have to be careful. They like to stir up conflict and drama, and they like to see people going at each other's throats.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, backstabbers are everywhere. So here are some ways in
Many of
which you
them.
can spot one.
Okay,
So,
there you go.
some are overly friendly and can be full of flattery for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
This is to win your trust and to disguise the unsavory motives.
Yep.
They can make a show about being friends yet yet
Yep.
indulge in poisonous gossip about you. They
Amen.
almost always deny their role in spreading lies or starting untoward rumors about people. They are adept at making you, when you confront them, feel like you're the guilty party. Oh my goodness, they're good at it. So here's some positives now about the which one am I talking? Backstabbers.
The
Some positives.
backstabbers.
Uh huh. Okay. Nobody likes being bad-mouthed or being the unwitting target of someone's aggressive actions or intentions. Hence, there's hardly anything positive to say about backstabbers. It is what we can learn from them. However, that can be positive. What we can learn about backstabbers can be positive for us. You soon learn that going behind someone's back, even with the smallest thing, can make matters worse. You
Mm-hmm.
learn to keep away from overly friendly people, especially if you don't know them well.
Right.
You learn to empathize with people who gossip rather than take their backstabbing personally.
Right.
So you learn those things. Those can be
Yep.
some positives.
Learn from your
Negatives,
mistakes.
yes. Negatives, you want to avoid having anything to do with the backstabber because
Ooh, excuse me.
through vicious rumors and twisted truths, they can damage your reputation and integrity. They can do some damage that you can never recover from.
Dirt. Yes, indeed.
Because some people don't know you and they know how to get to people. They know because they've been maneuvering other people and wiggling around in their lives. So they know
Mm-hmm.
these people and they know who they can get to about you to
Yep.
harm your reputation and have these
Mm-hmm.
people thinking one thing when it's nothing like that. That's why I tell people, if possible, get to know the person for yourself. When somebody comes to you with some junk and all that, get to know the person for yourself. And then
Right.
I'm going to go on because this is quite lengthy and I might not be able to finish it today. Through vicious rumors and twisted truths, they can damage your reputation and integrity. They have no problem in belittling you in your absence, making negative comments about your work while taking the credit for your ideas. Oh, that's the truth. That's the truth. That you
Mm-hmm.
remember, Rita, I told you now I don't tell people, nobody but my family,
Yep. Yep. Uh-huh.
what I'm going to do. You and Theta
Uh-huh.
and Michael and Lan Jen and
Yep. Uh-huh.
hmm
Uh-huh.
because I don't do that. I just go ahead and put it out there, and then hey, it's done. I haven't told, so I don't give anybody a chance. Oh, I was going to do that. I told
Yep.
her I was going to do that. No,
Mm-hmm.
I've learned. I've learned. That's
Yep.
one of the things I've learned. Okay, okay. Staring, yeah, that's right, up trouble among unsuspecting people is what they delight in, and thus they are unlikely to stop their backstabbing behavior. I remember one time, this person, supposed to be my friend, told me one time that somebody said that there was something that I was obligated to do, and then said that told me that person said that I didn't have to do that. And so it kept weighing on me to mention it to the person. And the person
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I didn't say that. Just trying to get me in trouble with that person. And I remember one time this person said something about me that just came out of nowhere. And so it bothered me and bothered me. And then I finally had to confront that person and say, why did you do that? That had nothing to do with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with
Mm-hmm.
anything. It's just trying to seem like that person was trying to put a negative
Sabotage.
on me in front of that person that I didn't even know and didn't know me.
I kept trying to destroy her.
It's a straw. They pretend to look after your best interests only to walk over you with disdain when you are not around. They are deeply unhappy, jealous, envious, and pathological. So, how do you deal with the backstabber? If possible, this is the number one thing. If possible, stay away from
Stay away.
backstabbers.
That was my number one.
Otherwise, the following suggestions could help in dealing with them. As challenging as it might be, confront the backstabber when you have evidence that they have been saying negative things about you. If you don't, they will delight in their triumph and continue with more of the
Ooh,
same. Now,
that mix.
it's not wise to want to backstab in return. You don't want to become their enemy, okay? Which you already really
Sound
are,
like you
because
already the enemy.
yeah, you are their enemy, whether you are the one
Or
that's
they're
with the
your
hard
enemy.
feelings. they don't like you.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it. Avoid getting drawn into private conversations with backstabbing individuals. They will use it as an opportunity to badmouth someone. Keep the conversation brief if you can avoid being alone with such a person. I remember. I don't know whether you, that's why I tell, I myself, I make it a
Mhm.
practice of not, if I make a decision on something, I'm not, and it has to do with cutting ties with someone.
Right.
And they come, well, what happened? What did, I don't discuss it with them.
Right.
I
Right.
don't discuss it because they
Yep.
have their set of people and they can spin it any way they want to and go back to she said this and she said that if we could
Mm-hmm.
be totally, because why would be we I be trying to get away from you in the first place because of what you've done.
And never ever tell what they said to
Right.
start the conversation. Yep.
That's right. Never. And so I just don't even I don't even take part in the conversation. I know one time I cut some ties and somebody wanted to meet with me and wanted to find out what's this. It's because of this, it's because of that. And I just said it's time for me to move on.
I cut
And
ties
they
too.
kept
They gonna come out
trying
to cut
to get me
ties.
to, huh?
I said I cut some tires too, but you said ties. My bad. My
So getting into private conversations, I always have somebody there. You have a witness. Have a
bad.
witness.
There you go, right there.
One
There it
way
is.
or the other. One
Uh-huh.
way or the other. I remember
That's it.
even one time, this was many years ago. I was at a person's house. And so the person was, I don't know how this refrigerator stuff came up. I know she opened the refrigerator or something. I don't know how the conversation. So she had another acquaintance. We were both, acquainted with this. And so I don't know how the conversation came up about the refrigerator to the other person. And the other person said, you have to be careful when people are saying things to you because you might agree before you even know what you're agreeing
What
to.
you're agreeing.
And it
Yes.
happened that I caught it before I agreed, but I believe she still lied on me because the other person started acting what we call funny toward me.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Yes.
huh. So that, and she said something, and so I was saying something, and she said, yeah, like she could have something in there, something like that. And I caught it before I said, yeah, anything like
Uh-huh.
that. But then I think she still went and lied. She
Yeah,
still, so people say little subtle things
they do.
and they try to get you to agree with them on different
Mm-hmm.
things before you know it. If you're not listening closely, you might say, oh, yeah, And then later on you think, oh, no, like that.
Uh-huh. Right,
But it's
right.
too late then. There's some subtle people out here. So avoid getting drawn into conversations with backstabbing individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And no, okay, now here's something to look at. Am I a backstabber?
Whoa.
You know you are a backstabber when you habitually think negative thoughts about others and are always finding fault with someone. Your unhappiness with your life is so profound and you hate it when others are joyful and successful. Bad mouthing people is your main strategy for drawing attention to yourself. Spreading lies about others makes you feel good, and
Don't.
you use it to manipulate people. So that's signs that you might be a
A
backstabber.
backstabber.
But
Mm.
remember this,
Mm.
reaping what you sow.
There
You
it is.
throw it out, it's
There it
coming
is.
back.
Uh-huh.
So, what's the definition of reaping what sows? To experience the same kind of things that one has caused other people to experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I repeat, Mr. McKnight, Deacon McKnight said, you might get by, but you won't get away.
Hello.
And then there's a
Hello.
song, it's coming up again. It's coming up again. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming up again. If you're rude to everyone, you'll reap what you sow.
That's right.
If you're
That's it.
rude If you lie on somebody, and then have you ever seen liars get lied on, and you
Got
can't do
lied
some
on.
hollering and complaining?
Yes.
That boy, they say, I might be a liar, but I don't lie like that. Okay, it's 1:30. Frenemy, can I go through this right quick?
Help yourself.
Frenemy, getting all that backbiting, backstabbing, cutthroat, undermining.
A
All of
frenemy.
that comes to this. Frenemy.
Frenemies.
What's the definition, the types, and how to spot them? Have you ever placed your trust in a friend who turned on you,
Hmm.
became toxic, or stabbed you in the back?
Backstabber.
Oh, if so, you have had a first-hand encounter with a frenemy, a secret enemy who dresses up and plays the part of a friend. Frenemies are the types of friends you want to avoid at all costs, but their cunning ways can make them hard to detect. And that is so true. My God, I'm so glad we can see all those comments up there. Um,
Yes.
yes. So this will serve as a guide to help you to understand what a frenemy is and the different types of frenemies to watch out for and characteristics and signs to help you spot them, because this could really be the difference in life and death, literally. Because
Yep.
there are some people, if they can't be you, they want to take your place. And some people go to I'm telling you, the point of literally destroying you. If they cannot get your reputation, they're not satisfied that. If they are the kind of people, some people will kill you dead, graveyard or earn dead.
Graveyard dead.
Uh-huh. They will kill you just to get you out of the way so they can try to take your place. It's the
That's right.
truth. It's the hardcore truth, but it's the truth. It happens every day.
Yep.
So what is a frenemy? Types of frenemies. How to spot a frenemy. And here are common questions. What is a frenemy? A frenemy is a type of toxic. Don't forget that word. Toxic
Toxic.
friend that
Yes.
pretends to be your friend at certain times. For example, to your face, in front of others, or when they want something, but really isn't. They're really not your friend. A frenemy is one of the worst kinds of people to have in your life because their love-hate behaviors make it hard to
Mhm.
figure out whether they're your friend or your enemy.
And there it is.
Their confusing behavior can cause major drama and problems at work, in your personal life, and even sabotage some of your most important relationships. And that's why if you're in a relationship, a romantic relationship, you cannot, please, you can't afford to let people know what's going on in your personal relationship.
No, you cannot.
You can't do it. I'm telling you, you can't do it.
Mhm.
It's one of the worst kind of people to have in your life because you
That's
can
right.
tell what they really are. Their confusing behavior can cause you drama in your personal, and even they can even sabotage some of your most important relationships. Frenemies often use manipulative tactics to gain your trust and friendship, only to later weaponize things you've shared with them. Rita, you talked about this the other day. You tell them something,
Yep.
and then when things go awry, then they take what you told them in secret and in confidence and try to use it against you.
Against you. Yes, they do it.
They're
They
usually
do it.
That's right. They're usually competitive or jealous types of friends, and who will only remain loyal as long as you don't threaten them or get in the way of things they want for themselves. So if they want,
The worst kind.
yes, and then
The worst kind
some of these women
is
and
when you
men, that's
the worst.
the worst.
Excuse me. What?
That's the word, like you said, Rita. That's the worst kind. And
Worst
then,
kind.
like, I don't know why I'm dealing with these relationships today. But when people start coming, I'm come over today. What you doing today? I'm coming over. Now, when you got your home life,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And you got to take some time in home life in private for yourself. Now, when
For yourself.
somebody tries to, oh, I'm coming over today, and they just show up like every day, every other day, you better start checking some things out.
And not asking. Just pop up.
Yes. Yes. And then when they look at Google, you can tell when something's going on. I'm telling you. And sometimes we've been so naive to these things in the past, but like, hey, we have matured. Clea and I have
Yes, we
matured
have.
now. And so these things that we're saying, even to the younger groups, be careful, be careful, be careful. Watch for these signs. A frenemy, let me say this one more time, is one of the worst kinds of people to have in your life. And then they can be, you can get confused because they love, what is it, misery
Misery
loves
love
company.
company.
They often use manipulative tactics to gain your trust and friendship, only later to weaponize these things you shared with them. Okay, 5 types of frenemies. Not all frenemies are the same, and some are harder to spot than others. Knowing about the
True.
different types of frenemies and the tactics they use can help you detect a frenemy more quickly before letting one into your life. Below are 5 types of frenemies and different ways to spot these kinds of bad friends early on. I'm remembering again. Thank God for my remembering.
Amen.
I thought about this. There was a young lady. That's when I was living on Elm Street, where Sister D was living.
Whoa.
And how did I don't even remember how I met this young lady. And I think I let her stay in my home. And then I think she stayed with Sister D too. And then at the church we were in, we let her speak. I guess it was the pastor, let her speak. That's when we were at House of Prayer, where we used to, yeah. And by golly gee, that girl got up there in a message and just turned all against Sister D and me. And we had been nice to her. We had been nice to her. I just thought about that. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. People, that's a friend of me. You
That's
be
it.
nice to
That's it.
people. You can be as nice can be. Give them the hospitality that
Yeah.
you want them to have. You can bring them into your home. You can feed them. You can clothe them. Give them a place to stay.
Give them a
Clean
shirt off
them.
your back.
That's right. And they will turn on you. So not all frenemies are the same. Okay. Below are
Yep.
5 types. There's a rival frenemy. A rival frenemy
Oh yeah.
describes a jealous and insecure friend who's always competing with you.
Yep.
This could be a friend at work who is vying for a promotion and trying to get you out of the way because they see you as a threat.
As a threat. That's it.
A rival frenemy may also be hiding within your personal life. For example,
I'm
they
listening.
may be a person who is always trying to one up. I think we talked about that once before,
Yeah, we
Reedy.
talked about that.
They're always trying to one up you or be the know-it-all. And you know what? I'm thinking about Jennifer's situation. They might not have told you, but whoever this woman or this person, co-worker, reported you to could have been complimenting the two of you. And so they see you as a threat because whatever position they have, if they have, I don't know whether it's a position over you or some seniority or whatever, they might know that people are admiring you, admiring your work ethics and all of that. And they might think that these people are considering you for a promotion, which they really might be doing. So this person is trying to discredit you
Yeah.
with these people.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So rival frenemies are usually people who feel threatened or intimidated by you, or people who want something you have. Oh, spaghetti-o. Because they view you as a threat, they try to disarm you by getting close. They do disarm
Yep.
you,
Yep.
distract you.
Yes, they do.
They
Yes, they
sure
do.
do. Usually their goal is to either get ammo they can use against you. For example,
Yes.
secrets and weaknesses. They look for
Uh-huh.
weaknesses. Yeah. Or
She
to
wasn't saying
keep
that
you.
last night when she was drunk. We was at the club. She was drunk. She was telling all her business then.
Uh-huh. That's right. Right. Secrets and weaknesses are to keep you from suspecting they are the ones undermining you. Rival frenemies often use covert tactics to
Mm-hmm.
conceal their true motives, finding subtle ways to undercut. Ooh,
Talking today. Talking.
undercut your work, one up you, or minimize your successes. Now, Reedy, I'm going to turn it over to you. I still have some more to go, but I'll make that a part two.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
turn you
That
to
was
the
a good
hands of
one. Oh, sometimes people
Cleester.
have you to stop. Sometimes people hate for you to stop. They want you to keep on going. But I
But we want to hear
understand.
what you got going because you're
I
right
know
in
it.
here. Uh-huh.
The difference between settling and compromising. And some
Mm-hmm.
of us just we don't. Some of us you have to. Compromising is so hard for some people. To some people,
Mm-hmm.
just say, okay, let's do it. Just do it like this. Okay, now you're
Mm-hmm.
settling. Now you settle. Nothing's
Mm-hmm.
compromised. You just settle for whatever you can get. Just settle. No, don't settle, baby. I don't. Yeah, you can settle if you want to. But anyway, in our world today, we strive for perfection.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a list in our heads and want our partners to be exactly as we imagined the
Mm-hmm.
one should be. You know
Mm-hmm.
that one. You always want that special one, but then you always end up settling for the next best thing. Having different sets of preferences, likes and dislikes, we're all attracted to different things. The person you end up with never checks all the boxes. You never
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
However, sometimes when they come close, the idea of them becomes the selling point.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Because there's a lot to consider when selecting your life mate. Maybe you're in love with someone, but half of the boxes aren't checked. Or you feel your age is creeping on you, your family is hounding you, you feel social pressure, and you're just tired of being alone. You
Mm-hmm.
may end up in a relationship with the next person you meet or the person who looks great on paper, but are they the one? Perhaps you're with someone you love, but feel certain things are off, or their behavior has unhealthy effects on you. However, you want a relationship so badly you convince yourself you can deal with these things. If
Mm-hmm.
somewhere inside your is a voice that questions constantly your happiness, listen to it. It's time to reevaluate.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are okay with good enough. Some want passionate love and are willing to sacrifice certain things like financial stability. Don't do that to have it.
Uh-huh.
Some could care less about feeling passionately toward someone and care more about stability.
Uh-huh.
These are just some examples. I'm not here to tell you who or what to choose or do.
All
I
right.
am here to tell you the important to figure out what you value most so you can determine whether you're settling or not.
Mm-hmm.
Compromise and settling are often paired together and perceived in negative lights,
Uh-huh.
but they are not the same thing. And it's imperative to recognize the difference. Your life may depend on it.
Mm-hmm.
No person or relationship is perfect. Let's get that. Let me say that again. No person or relationship is perfect. There's only one perfect person I heard of, and I heard he died on the cross a long time ago. One
That's
person.
right.
I
Right.
heard he's gone and out, and he's not here no more. So don't look for no more perfect people. The choice of what you do and don't accept, what you are willing to accommodate, and what you refuse to deal with, and why is what really differentiates their meanings. Understanding the difference between your needs and your wants is the key to recognizing whether you are settling or compromising.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most important to you? Compromise is choosing to accept traits or issues you feel you can be flexible toward because
Mm-hmm.
all other aspects of your partner and your relationship satisfy you.
Mm-hmm.
Settling is compromising your needs. When you settle, your happiness is at stake. Let me say it again. When you settle, your happiness is at stake.
Oh,
Okay?
yes.
When you
Yes.
compromise, you are choosing to tolerate certain things to achieve and maintain a beneficial outcome.
Mm-hmm.
When you compromise, you are choosing to tolerate certain things to
Mm-hmm.
achieve and maintain a beneficial outcome.
All right.
Settling is making a do with less. Settling is making do with less.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Compromising is accepting less of one thing in return for more of another. There it is right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you stay in a relationship because you are afraid of being alone or that you will never find a love like this again, that is
Mm-hmm.
not compromise. If you compromise on something that is fundamental to the way you believe, feel, or self identify, then you're settling for less than what you deserve.
Uh-huh.
If your partner hits you or abuses you emotionally, staying with him or her is not a compromise.
Mm-mm.
If your partner wants to change you or into something you are not, to make up with, to make you give up your way of life, your beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
and your friends, your family, or simply does not respect what you have to achieve in life or want to achieve, excuse me, staying with them is not a compromise.
Mm-mm.
If there are many amazing things about the person you love, with a few really irritating things you feel you can bear in order to enjoy the amazing things, that's a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Giving into something to get more. Relationships takes work, compromise, and sacrifice to
Mm-hmm.
stay together.
Mm-hmm.
The truest, most satisfying love comes from knowing a person's every flaw and choosing to love them anyway. Now
Mm-hmm.
that's love for you. I love you with all your flaws, your crooked toes. I love you with that one little earl. I love you with your nostrils sticking out past your cheekbones. I love you for
Mm-hmm.
who you are. That it there it is. This
Mm-hmm.
kind of love comes from acceptance. It cannot come from us selfishly and inflexibly holding on to our ideas of a perfect mate. But
Mm-hmm.
pushing aside what is unacceptable to you is no way to go through life either.
Mm-mm.
Ask yourself, what are your deal breakers? The things you cannot and will not negotiate, and what you are willing to do to be flexible with this person. Does your relationship bring you happiness, or do you wake up wishing to be somewhere else every day?
Oh,
Hey!
my.
I wish I wasn't here. I could be. Ooh, I wish I was in the Bahamas, because this thing right here over here snoring ain't gonna bother me. Compromising is accepting things you can do without, because it means you get more and have many other things that you
Uh-huh.
need and want. Only
Mm-hmm.
you can determine what is acceptable and what is unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful not to be so afraid of settling that that you are incapable of compromising. Be aware of what matters most in order to stay true to yourself while remaining. I am not talking to you.
I'm
I'm not talking to you. You and your mama. Hey, compromising. Be aware of what matters most in order to stay true to yourself while remaining flexible enough to allow someone special to enter into your life.
uh-huh.
That's the difference between settling and compromising. And sometimes we have to settle for things, but sometimes we do not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my thing, baby. I'm just talking. I'm just
Oh.
talking. I'm just talking. Yeah, sometimes women, and we know women settle a lot.
Uh-huh.
And we also compromise.
Uh-huh.
But we settle more than anything because we think that's the one, that's the next best thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then here comes another thing for real, the for real thing. Now you to settle for the thing, and the
Mm-hmm.
real thing you got to pass him up. No, 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 no. Not with that thing. Get with that
Mm-hmm.
real thing. Compromise. Let him go on his way. Cause that
Uh-huh.
thing is shit over here snoring black as midnight, look like under somebody's bed. Cause it
Mm,
don't never lighten up under the bed.
mm.
Stevie want to see him all the time cause it's dark. But you don't have to settle for that thing. Ooh, I settled. I did. I settled. And just cause everything say amen is not saved.
That's
Just
right.
cause they say amen, they are not saved. You see
That's
them
right.
praying, they are not saved just cause you see them praying.
That's right.
Because
That's
next
right.
thing you know, they talk to somebody up the street, around the
Mm-hmm.
corner, but you
Mm-hmm.
married to him.
Mm-hmm.
But you thought he was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He fooled you, didn't he? Oh no, that was me. That was me, fool. That was me. Never mind. That was me.
I
My
think we've all been fooled.
yes, yes.
I
We've
think
all
we've
been
all,
fooled. Yes,
uh-huh.
and
We've all
they
been
got that
fooled.
nice shiny car and all this kind of stuff, and then you got to realize that's all they got. That is all they got. A man want a car more than he want a house. A car,
Right. Does
a
that make
car.
any sense?
That's
That
that.
that
That's and
that
that
makes
car is
no
shining like
sense.
new money. Wheels sparkling, shining like new money. Wheels got armor all on the tires. It's clean, leather all clean on the inside. If you got cloth seats, they spotless. Cause that's all he has.
My, my,
He ain't
my,
got
my.
time. He ain't got nothing else. So he spent all the
Wow.
time on cleaning that car.
Wow.
Yeah. Get you a man to drive a Volkswagen with a job and call it a day.
I know. And you know
Yeah.
what? Those Volkswagens cost just as much as the rest of the cars
Don't they
today.
though? Yes,
Though,
they do.
and the
Yes, they
different
do. But
styles
shoot,
they have.
they got them Volkswagen now. They look like Mercedes.
Luxury car. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what we're going for is happiness and contentment.
Yes.
Happiness and
Yes.
contentment.
Yes.
Being able to pay the bills. Now at our ages, we don't want and need somebody that cannot add to
So hello. Hello.
us and the household. It's too
Nope.
late in the day for that for us.
Too late in
And
the
then
day.
for the
Sure is.
younger ones that are learning, you have to something like Cleester was talking about the compromise, settle or compromise. You don't have to settle for everything, and you don't have to
No, you
compromise
don't.
everything either.
No, you don't.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So this boy, I'm gonna settle for you. I'm gonna pat your head. Okay. Pat his head. Okay, everybody. So on Tuesday, I'll continue with the frenemies. But remember, smiling faces,
Sometimes
they don't tell the truth.
pretend to be your friend. Can you
Smiling
dig it?
faces. Can you dig it? All right, Rita, you have any announcements?
I announced it be here Tuesday.
Okay,
Hey,
God willing, and He has been
God
so
willing, that's it
so
right
good
there.
to us, and He's blessing us. And also, let me see, Sunday at 7 a.m. Please join me. And if I don't get the Facebook part straightened out, just come right to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Be
Mm-hmm.
right here, and Rita and I will be right here. And I like this because I have it set up where we can see the
Uh-huh.
the comments
Yeah,
as they
the
come
compliments. Lord
in.
have
And I
mercy.
said,
Yeah.
and Jennifer and Terica says some family members too. And Jennifer put on
That's
like a
true.
dog.
That is true.
And then
That's
Jennifer
true.
says, shoot that turkey. And I think she might be talking about some like a turkey, not a person. And so they held it on here for me to okay that message to come through. That's why it just not came through when I so anyway, this is wonderful, and like you can like here on YouTube, like you say, you can watch it on the television set and everything like that. And I think you can on Facebook too, but I think you have to go through more channels or what you know what I'm saying. But anyway, thank you so much, and thank you, Jennifer and Laterica for
Amen.
what is it they're my it's not friends on here, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Followers.
Your
Thank
followers,
you so
yes.
much. Yes, thank you so much. And for everybody else, and Yolanda said she saw my message and she said she didn't get a notification. And so when she saw my message, she knows now that if Facebook's not up, we're on YouTube or those
YouTube.
other three. And
Yeah.
so our people are getting it and catching on now, and I'm thankful to God for that. Um, I don't know
Y'all know
what that
what
is.
they say. The Lord is blessing me
Yes, yes,
right
He is. And
now,
so,
right now. He
yes,
woke me up
me up
this
this
morning
morning
and he
and
started me
started me
on my
on my
way.
way.
Hey,
Hey,
the
the
Lord,
Lord
hey, is
is
blessing
blessing
me.
me
Hello,
right
right
now. All
now.
right, love you,
Hey,
Rudy. Fresh is trying to sing too. I love
hey.
you, everybody. Love you,
Love
Jennifer,
you,
Laterica,
everybody.
and everybody that's on here. Yolanda, everybody that's watching us, everybody that will be watching us. We love you so much.
Well, I
Thank
see.
you so.
I can't see Yolanda on mine. But hey,
I don't see her
Yolanda.
on here, so I don't know whether she's come on here or not, but she'll get it next time. Okay, love you, everybody.
All
Enjoy
right.
your day.
Enjoy
Love you,
your day.
Reedy. Love you
Bye.
so
Love
much.
you.
Talk with you
All
later.
right.
Fresh
Bye,
said talk with
Fresh.
you. Clee said bye. Okay, talk with you later.
Okay,
See
baby. Bye bye.
everybody Sunday morning at 7 a.m.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yes, please do. Please do.